sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Avengers Infinity War Falcon. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do get the basic type of box when it comes to the SH Figuarts Infinity War line. So we do get the one right there in the front of the box, and all of them we do in gold to say Falcon. Then we do get Falcon symbol as well. On the top says SH Figuarts. We do get the Tamashii Nation's quality sticker and image of Falcon. Says Marvel Avengers Infinity War, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here's the bottom of the box with the warning and blah blah blah, so what cares about, and then an image of the Falcon figure. There's the top of the box, then the one side with another image of the figure there, then the other side of the box, and the back of it does display the figure in some pretty cool poses along with some of his accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at Clarence, aka Papa Doc, who got destroyed by Eminem in that rap battle in 8 Mile. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Tamashii Nations did do a very nice job when it comes to the detail on this Falcon. I did have a QC issue with the other backpack because they are interchangeable, which we'll go over next during the accessories. And then there was a couple issues here and there on the figure. One of them, I know a lot of people don't like when Tamashii Nations does this, but the skin tone on the face does not match the skin tone on the neck and the arm, so some people won't be happy about that. Personally, for me, I don't really like it as well, but I mean, I can live with it. Either they struggle with that, or what I think is they just don't care and they just do whatever they want. So they're just like, screw it, let's put the figure out. Who cares if the skin tones don't match? And then another issue I ran into from posing around the figure is the left shoulder joint. As you can see, it got horribly loose on me, which definitely isn't good. I mean, it can be removed, so I'm going to throw some crazy glue around it, let it dry, and then pop it back on, so it should be nice and tight. Once I do that, now that is for the issues. Let's go over the figure now. The face sculpts, they knocked it out of the park. Looks exactly like Anthony Mackie, aka Papa Doc from 8 Mile. Like I said in my unboxing video, that is always how I remember Anthony Mackie, but it looks just like him. The sculpt and paint turned out really nice on the face. Eyes both painted looking in the same direction. Beard looks good. Nice clean paint where the skin tone meets the hairline, and we get some nice sculpt all throughout the hair as well, as you can see right there. And you can see on the neck they continued the sculpt of the hair, as you can see there. And then for the torso here, his suit looks really cool. I dig the way the suit turned out, especially the maroon pieces. I like that metallic maroon paint that they used. It looks really nice, and I like the way the silver and the black mixes with that suit. I guess it's like a grayish suit, the main color of his suit. We get a bunch of like sculpted lines everywhere, and we get some very clean paint work all throughout it. I just have a little tiny dot of maroon paint right there, but that's really the only paint issue I see on the figure, which is extremely minor. You get really clean paint work all throughout this figure, and I like the sculpted texture on the side piece on the suit right there. I think that looks pretty cool. You know, we'll get the backpack on the back here, which is one of my favorite parts about the figure. I just love the way that looks, and it looks like his little Falcon robot can come out, but you can't get it out, so don't try to, unless you can. And I just didn't read the directions entirely, even though I did. But that is removable. Like I said, we'll go over it later. The rest of the back looks pretty cool too with the sculpted paint. The arms from the elbow up on each side is the same thing. Get some like some shoulder pads there, as you can see. Beautiful sculpt and paint on that. And then the forearms, we have 2 different pieces on each side. So we have a smaller piece on the right arm, which looks cool, and then the left arm, I guess that has his device, how he controls his little Falcon, which looks pretty cool. Very nice sculpt and paint on that, as you can see there. And then the belt here has these pieces on the side. I don't know what they are, but they look pretty cool with the sculpt and paint, as you can see. And then the lower legs here, we do get a little bit of sculpted wrinkles in the pants. You can see a little bit of that maroon and silver paint in certain spots. We get a buckle and a strap on the back of the leg right there. You can see the sculpted bagginess of the pants as well. And then the lower legs, very nice job on the boots, and I guess the armor. That silver paint really reflects off my light. And then I do like the way the back pieces look. Kind of looks like jet boosters right here, which I'm guessing they are, since he is like a flight type character, like Ironing Board Man. And then the feet here turned out really nice too. You can see some buckles going across the top of his feet, and just very nice sculpt and paint detail on that. And then the bottom, we do get some very nice sculpted treads. So overall, I think Tamashii Nations did a fantastic job when it comes to the detail on this Falcon. They could have done a couple things better, but overall, it is a really nice piece. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a decent amount of stuff included with the Falconator. So what we do get 2 interchangeable heads. And starting on the left, we do get the basic stern face without the goggles. That does come on the figure out of the packaging that we already did take a look at. And then on the right, we do get the basic stern face again, but with the goggles on this time. And both of them look exactly like Anthony Mackie. We do get some very nice sculpt and paint throughout both faces. It would have been cool if they gave like the goggles face like an angry teeth gritted look or a yelling screaming look or something like that, instead of just giving us the same facial expression. But I guess beggars can't be choosers, and it's very easy to swap the heads. I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. And like I said, swapping the heads on Falcon is very simple. So just pull up to take the head off, and the joint is going to pop off with it. And when you want to put the new one on, I would center the ball peg in the head right here, kind of like that, and then just peg it right in, and then there you go. As simple as that. So we do get the 2 interchangeable same facial expressions. And then we also get his wings, 2 interchangeable backpacks, and then we do get an extended peg for a stand. So we do get the 2 interchangeable backpacks here. So we do get the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging that we already took a look at, and this is the one that you do not connect the wings to, obviously. And then we do get this one here, which have the ball pegs on it, and this is where I had the QC issue. They should both look like this, but this wasn't fully pegged in properly. So thanks a lot, Tamashii Nations. But Bluefin, I know they're going to send me a replacement. I just have to contact them. And then we do have the peg hole right there for that extended peg. But they did a nice job with the sculpt and paint on it, and I'll show you how to swap these shortly, along with putting on the wings. And then the extended peg here, as you can see, you just peg it into a Tamashii Nation stand. It also works for a Revoltech stand as well, but you just put it in there to get them in flight poses. So definitely cool that they included that, because I feel like it would have been a pain to just get the arm pegged into there on a Tamashii Nation stand. Then we do get his wings here, and they're both identical, just switched, obviously, but they look pretty cool. The sculpt and paint detail look nice on it. I do like the texture on the wings right there. I love the way these like gunmetal grayish pieces look. That looks really cool. Very nice sculpt all throughout it. And then there's the other side, pretty much same exact thing. And then we do have a peg hole, which I'll show you what that's for shortly. And then we do have a peg hole, which pegs into the backpack. And I'll show you how to connect everything right now. Alright, so the way you swap the backpack and put on the wings is very simple. So the one that's already on Falcon, I take my thumb and go on the bottom and just pull, and it pops right off. So then I take the one with the ball pegs on it, line up the pegs and peg that one on, and then I take the wings here, and you see the ball peg hole right there. You just line that up, peg that in, and the capes do make them a little back heavy, which is pretty obvious, and you just line up the other one as well. And then there you go, as simple as that to get his wings on. And they are articulated since they're on ball pegs, so you can move them all around, pivot, and move them up and down. So that is definitely cool that the wings are articulated. Then the extension for the stand here, I'm going to use a Revoltech stand. They are meant for a Tamashii Nation stand. So you just peg this in like so, and then you just peg it right into the back of the backpack where I showed you where the peg hole was. And then there you go. You could have Falcon and some flight poses, which is definitely awesome. And that is definitely how I'm going to have them displayed on my display with my other Avengers or MCU figures. So we do get that stuff. And then we also get his guns, and then we do get a pair of handles for the wings. Now the guns here I'm not a fan of at all. They just look extremely cheap, man. They're just molded in the color of the plastic. The sculpt of them look alright. They just look so crappy. No paint detail at all, man. But he does grip onto them perfectly fine. And then we do get a pair of handles, which are meant for his wings. Now, the peg holes that you saw on the wings before, this is what you would peg into them. As you can see, the ball peg, and then it will grip on to the handle right here. And I'll show you how to do that right now. And the way you get the handles on is very simple. So we do have the peg holes right there. So you take the one handle here, peg the ball peg in on that side, and do the same thing on the other side there, and then you got to move his arms out. Make sure you tuck it under the shoulder piece, and you could have him grip onto the one handle, and then do the same thing on the other side. You might have to move the wings inward a little bit to have him grip onto it, and then there you go. As simple as that. And it's such a small, simple accessory, but it just gives you more posing and display options, which is always awesome. So I definitely appreciate them adding that in, because you could have them in another cool pose like this, and you could have them fly away. So we do get that stuff, and then we finally get 6 alternate hands. And starting on the top here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging, and all the hands are very simple to swap out. And then we do get a pair of trigger finger hands where he's not actually squeezing on the trigger, and I don't know why Tamashii Nations keeps doing this. I'd rather have him squeezing on the trigger so it looks like they're actually shooting the gun and not resting their finger right on the trigger like they're about to shoot the gun. And then finally, we do get a pair of open hands, and we do get some very nice sculpt and paint detail throughout all 6 hands. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Falcon. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now, for the height of Sam Wilson, to the very top of his head, it looks like he's a little bit over 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Infinity War Bucky, the Infinity War Black Widow, the Mark 7 Iron Man, and the Ant-Man and the Wasp Ant-Man. And I think Falcon scales pretty well with the other MCU figures. And then here he is compared to the Marvel Legends Moon Knight, the SH Figuarts Infinity War Black Panther, Thanos, and the Infinity War Hulk. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and Sam Wilson does have some pretty good movement. So we do have 2 joints at the neck here. The upper neck joint, you can get them to pretty much look all the way up, so awesome for flight poses. To look down, he doesn't really look down too much, as you can see there. You do get really nice pivot at that joint. The lower neck here goes back a tiny bit, so you can get them to look a little more up, combining both joints. Then going forward, it goes forward a tiny bit, but the collar does hinder the neck from moving any far forward, so he won't look any further down than that right there. You do get some pivot at the lower neck, and then it does swivel as well, so we do get some really good movement. Would get a little bit better articulation if the collar wasn't hindering it from him looking down. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso around the abdomen here, which is hidden very well, but it doesn't move forward that much, as you can see there. It does go back a little bit better, so once again, good for flight poses. Really nice pivot actually at the torso, and then it does swivel as well. The waist here is on like a barbell type joint, so you can move the joint all around, and he does go forward a lot better with that joint. So combining both joints, he's going to crunch forward that much, and then going back with both joints, excellent for flight posing. You do see a little bit of a gap at the waist though. Then you do get very nice pivot once again at the waist, and then you get better swivel at the waist as well. And for the arms here, we do have a butterfly joint, so you can move the arms out a little bit, and then you get a great circular motion out of the arm. Then they do go out to the sides about 90 degrees. They do go up and down. No true bicep swivel, so you will have to use it at the shoulder. We have double jointed elbows that pretty much bend in all the way, and the joint does swivel where it connects into the bicep. I did not catch on to that at first. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, they do drop down a tiny bit, so you can get Falcon to kick forward a little more than 90 degrees, so that's good. Goes to the back just a tiny bit. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and he actually almost can, so just shy of 90 degrees, which isn't too bad. We do have the hip swivel up there, then we do have double jointed knees that do bend back all the way. Then for the ankles here, they do swivel. They will get hindered a little bit by the piece around the boot there. They hinge up pretty well, hinge down a tiny bit, and then you do get alright ankle pivot. Not the best, and it seems like it's getting hindered by these pieces again. Then we do get a little bit of a toe hinge that really doesn't move up that much. So overall, Falcon here does have some pretty good articulation. Some points definitely could have been better, and we could have got a little bit better movement with this figure, but you're going to be able to get him in some great Falcon flight-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Infinity War Falcon. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it a 7.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can head over to Agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, which you might not be able to, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box, and on the window in gold does say Falcon. Then we do get Falcon. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box, and on the window in gold does say Falcon. Then we do get an and then here is the bottom of the box with the blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Damn it! It has the warning and blah 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 stuff that time. You bastard. The Mark 7 Iron Man and the Ant-Man and the Wasp Ant-Man. His wings, 2 alternate backpacks, and then we do get it. And Sam Wilson does have some pretty good movement here. So now for what the heck was that all about? It does pop off easily, so I'm gonna throw some crazy glue around it. Damn you! We do have a butterfly joint. Damn you, arm. So those are some of the issues, but this looks exactly like Anthony Mackie, and I have the wrong face on. Let me switch it out. And we'll restart the detail part. Damn it. Damn it.